What's going on, Dub Nation? You're watching Warriors Today. I'm your host, Tyler Smith, and on today's show, we're going to discuss some major Warriors roster moves that went down over the weekend, and then a buyout market target for your Golden State Warriors that, by all accounts, looks like is going to happen here in the next few days. We'll break that down in just a moment. First, though, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We break down Warriors roster moves when they happen. News, rumors, analysis surrounding your Dubs is covered right here at Warriors Today. Whether it's a trade, I know those are done for this season, but we'll get to free agency like they did over the weekend, the NBA draft when that comes around, the offseason. We cover your Warriors literally at every stop of the year. And this is an interactive YouTube channel, so we want to hear from you. Get down in the comment section, let us know your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button for free Warriors content all the time on your YouTube feed. Join 102,000 members of Dub Nation here on the channel. All right, so Charania coming in with this tweet saying, the Golden State Warriors are signing two-way guard Pat Spencer to a contract for the rest of the season. The second time now that this has happened. Remember last year, Pat Spencer was brought on for the rest of the season and the postseason run. Around this time, though, it was Quentin Post who actually got the standard contract converted from the two-way deal. Now it's Spencer getting that honor for the final few months of the 25-26 NBA season. And this happened because Pat Spencer's two-way contract and his days as an NBA player were running out. So he actually would have been ineligible to play on Saturday against the Los Angeles Lakers. You only get 50 games allotted for, whether you play or not. If you're up there on the roster on the bench, you only get 50 games as a two-way player to be a part of the NBA before you run out of time and have to be converted to a standard two-way or a standard contract, or you get sent back down to the G League. Obviously, the Warriors said to themselves, Pat Spencer is too valuable to not have on this roster for the rest of the season, especially when you consider Steph's banged up and all the injuries to Golden State's ball handlers, which seems week in and week out at this point. Pat Spencer made a lot of sense to bring back. And one thing we know about Pat Spencer is when he gets opportunity, he makes the absolute most of it. You've seen this with Curry out over the last few games, but on the entire 6-game sample size that Pat Spencer has played as a starter this season, almost 15 points per game, 5 boards, almost 6 assists, and a blistering 52% from three-point range. I mean, this guy's got all the confidence in the world. It's so inspiring to see a player who really had no NBA aspiration. I guess NBA aspirations is a tough word, but like NBA realism. Like there was no realistic shot this guy should have been an NBA player. And look, he now is getting real NBA contracts. Over the last 3 games, he's been solid, man. 13 points against the Sixers. The Warriors did lose that game. They looked pretty horrific in it, but Spencer was efficient. 3 or 4 from deep on that one. And then the Phoenix Suns game right over the weekend. 20 points, a career high for Pat Spencer in that one. 6 of 10 from long range. And then the LA Laker game, they lost that one too, but he had 14 points, 7 assists. Like he did his job. 2 of 5 from three-point range as well. It's just the Warriors don't have enough top-end talent to win a lot of these games, especially when Steph's on the sideline. Jimmy Butler being injured is one thing, and then when you just remove 30 from the equation, it's really, really tough to pull out a lot of these games when you're running with a lot of guys who have spent more time in the G League than they have in the actual NBA. But Pat Spencer doesn't care about any of that stuff, man. Like he just goes out there and hoops. Listen to what he said about the Suns game, what it meant for him earning a potential standard contract here in the days that followed. He said it wasn't about the career high, talking about that Suns game. Just coming out here to bring energy. We're a little bit shorthanded, traded some guys, just lost a couple brothers today, as far as Buddy, JK, Trace, and so on. Had to pick up the energy. Obviously, don't have number 30 out there, and Steve gave me the confidence to let it rip from beyond the arc and got the job done. If you guys didn't know, actually, Pat Spencer's brother, Cam, is the most efficient three-point shooter in the NBA right now. He shoots the highest percentage. So Pat Spencer, Cam Spencer, maybe the new Splash Bros in this league. Look, beyond the shooting numbers from Pat Spencer over the last few games and as they started this season, Pat Spencer is a dog. Pat Spencer is a guy who has clawed and fought for every opportunity that he's gotten as a basketball player. I'll always have the Alperen Sengun headbutt in the playoffs that got Pat Spencer ejected. I love that. Like I replay that moment in my head a lot, and we were spending it with you guys here on the channel too. It was awesome. He's beloved in the locker room. Like people respect Pat Spencer because he shouldn't be here in actuality. He was the world's best lacrosse player. Think about that. He won the Heisman of lacrosse. I'm pretty sure multiple times. He was the best in the world. And he just said, you know what? I'm going to give that up. I'm going to go try to be a basketball player. I'm going to go try to be an NBA player. And he did it. He went to Northwestern, played the 5th year over there. He balled out and then earned every opportunity. Undrafted free agent, playing in the G League for months and before finally getting an opportunity with the Golden State Warriors. And every single time he has gotten that opportunity, he's made the absolute most of it and has culminated in this standard contract for the rest of the season and beyond. I'm pumped up for Pat Spencer, and you should be too. You should also expect Spencer to see decent minutes the rest of the season. Whether or not Curry's in the lineup, I'd expect to see Pat Spencer out there for more games than not. Even if Steph is able to be out there on the floor, with the way that this Golden State team looks right now, competitive-wise, I know Steph's a competitor, but you still kind of want to have him not really shouldering too much weight or risking a ton of re-injury that he's got. He's got a runner's knee right now, and that's a stress injury. You don't want him to have more stress the rest of the season, so I'd expect Pat Spencer to see some decent run here down the stretch into the All-Star break and over the last couple months of the 25-26 campaign. It's a crazy story, man. Like, Pat Spencer going from college lacrosse phenom to NBA journeyman, now to a standard contract, guaranteed money NBA player. If you're happy for Pat Spencer, do one thing for me. Drop a 61 down in the comment section. I want to see 1,000 61s flooded throughout our video here at Warriors Today. Coming up next, Lonzo Ball. Balling out ZO2s. Could he be a Golden State Warrior here in the next few days? We'll tell you about it and how realistic it actually is in just a moment. First, though, I got to tell you guys about our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, Prize Picks. All you guys got to do is pick 2 to 6 players and just pick more or less on their projected stats. If you guys want an example, I got one for you. Tonight's basketball action, I didn't decide to go with any Golden State Warriors in that Warriors-Grizzlies game. This team is just too hard to predict at this point. I got Colin Kneppel more than points, rebounds, and assists, 26.5 there. Jaren Jackson Jr., the Utah Jazz, less than 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. And then Prize Picks likes to offer some fun deals now and again. So they're offering a flash deal of Nikola Jokic, more than 22.5 points. I'm going to take that every single time. Those aren't the only features that they offer, though. They offer early payouts, so if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you can cash out those winnings before the games even finish. You can also copy this lineup, like you see on screen, into your own lineup using the brand new Community Feed tab on Prize Picks. So take advantage of all the features that they offer and download the app today and use the code CLNS, like you see in the bottom right of your screen, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, so following the Pat Spencer news, Jake Fischer of the Steinline reporting that the Warriors are also having their sights set on adding Lonzo Ball in the buyout market. We've heard from other NBA insiders as well that Lonzo Ball has his sights set on the Western Conference, and the Warriors look like the spot that he's going to get it done with. He was traded from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Utah Jazz and ended up getting waived away by Utah to find a new home in the Western Conference, try to play with some sort of contender in this league, and it looks like he may end up with the Golden State Warriors. But are you getting the same Lonzo Ball that was the number 2 overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft? Probably not. The guy's been through a lot. But I will say, Lonzo would be a pretty decent complementary player to Steph, if you ask me. A big guard, he can point of attack defend, he moves the ball, he's got great vision, great accuracy and pinpoint with his passes. So I'd be in favor of bringing Lonzo to Golden State, but if it's going to be Lonzo that's shooting 30% from the field, 27% from 3, I'm not exactly enthused by bringing that player to town. And then you couple in, like, this guy's dealt with a lot, and I mean a lot, of big-time injuries. One torn Achilles, torn meniscus, had this guy wondering if he'd ever play basketball again. And Jake Fisher's also reporting that Golden State has to go through Lonzo Ball's medicals before finalizing his addition. So by the wording of this, it seems like Lonzo Ball and the Warriors have a mutual agreement here to come together if these medicals pass through. How big of an if is that? I don't know, because he was playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. Like, he should be able to go. But at the same time, Lonzo didn't have one, he didn't have two. He had 3 surgeries to repair the same meniscus on the same injury. They went through this groundbreaking meniscus and cartilage transplant surgery just to be able to get this guy back on the basketball court after 2 full years of not playing. So there's certainly a chance that he does not pass these medicals, and the Warriors are not okay with the physical that Lonzo Ball gives here, and this all falls through. But as it stands right now, the Warriors and Lonzo Ball look to be coming to some sort of agreement. We'll just keep you guys updated whenever those physicals actually come through. What do you guys think? Should the Warriors sign Lonzo Ball? Just comment down below. S for sign, P for pass. Is Lonzo a guy you want to bring to Golden State or not? As that will do it for today's show. Make sure you give me a follow over on Twitter at Tyler J. Smith. 2 H's because the name's common, but I am not. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV for the latest and greatest on your Dubs. If we sign Lonzo, we'll keep you guys tapped in with a video. See you guys next time. And as always, let's go Dubs.